So I've been always wanting the perfect piece of jewelry for my relationship to myself, and this is about as close as I can get. A bismuth heart that went just perfectly. Somehow it didn't expand and crack itself, which a lot of times it does, and a little bit of sparkling. But then I was talking to a friend of mine on Facebook who is also solosexual, but she lives halfway around the world, and she's quite famous, but she wants to meet me in person. And I right now I'm kind of busy, and I will probably have to that will probably have to wait. But it got me thinking if things really took off, because I've always wanted to meet somebody, a life partner to be solosexual with. If I moved to another country, especially her country, I really could retire there. And I was thinking about how I could sneak my wealth there, and then it dawned on me, what if I made one of these out of some exotic metal that's worth a fortune, but nobody in customs would recognize it, right? Obviously, if you make it out of gold, they would probably recognize it in a heartbeat, but make it out of something like iridium, or rhodium, or even platinum or palladium, or some of the other osmium. I guess osmium might be tricky because it could smell bad. Or maybe one day bismuth when it finally does take off, right? I can't imagine customs officials having training on how to recognize all of those metals, right? Even somebody like me, I probably couldn't recognize them. The only thing I can think of is maybe they have an XRF gun at the border patrol, right? That's the only thing, the solution I get. But I've never encountered it because I have traveled to other countries where I sometimes I go on eBay and buy a lot of coins from that country for below the exchange rate, right? You go to Japan, you go on eBay first and buy a bunch of 100 yen coins to go spend over there. I've done that before, and then I traveled to Japan, and in theory, one of those 100 yen coins could be made of solid gold, and nobody would have been none the wiser, and I could have just snuck $10,000 into Japan, right? And I've never seen anybody pull out an XRF gun. Sometimes they'll run it through the X-ray machine a second time to make sure there's no hidden weapons in there, but I've never seen anybody test metals, unless the X-ray machine at the airport actually has XRF. I doubt it. Anyway, you didn't hear from it here, though. But makes me wonder, although, to be fair, some of the exotic metals, when you go to sell them, you're going to lose a lot. But depending on what country you're going to, that might be better than what you're paying in the fees, right?